If we are going to add some computers that we are going to protect, or for example, we want to use as a worker, you have to download the installer of Xopero One agent. We've got dedicated installer for Windows operating systems, macOS, and Linux as well. There is also additional MSI installer for Windows operating systems. You can use this installer, for example, for mass deployment because MSI installer supports installation flags. So through the command line, you can provide address to the management and in this way make the installation over Active Directory tools, for example, easier. So this installer can be used with SCCM or GPO, and you can easily provide our agent to multiple computers at once. Let me, for example, download the installer for Windows because here we've got displayed additional manuals, what we have to do, just 3 steps to run our backup to install the agent. So once it's downloaded, we have to install the agent. The process is pretty easy, so I'm not going to go through the installation. It automatically downloads all dependencies like Visual C++ redistributable and .NET framework in case if it will be necessary to download it. And during the installation process, you will be asked to provide the management service IP address. The most important, what you have to remember is that the computer must be able to access to the management service under provided address. If you will provide wrong address, you will have to change it in the agent configuration or contact our support. Later, I will show you how to change the agent configuration, like for example, the address it's using to connect. So just to give you the overview, in the case where are 2 different subnetworks, and from both different subnetworks we are able to access to the same management service, we must use the proper address depends on the network we are to the management service in order to connect our agent there. When we are connecting new agents to Xopero One, they appears as a new devices to activate. So in the case, let me show you. So here is my laptop, for example. It's already baked up. There is agent which is already running, but at any time we can easily remove our computer, maybe not from this view. Let me switch to another one and let me quickly remove my computer to show you how process of device activation looks like. So we are again back on the list of our devices. We had it literally a few seconds before, and I've just installed the agent on my computer. I've provided the IP address of the management service during the installation, and here appears the icon with 1, which means that there is 1 computer awaiting to be connected. Now we have to press to activate the agent, choose the computers we are going to activate, and at the end we have to choose the license that will be assigned to the computer, to the agent. There are 4 different kind of licenses that we can assign directly to the agent. There is feature worker and local worker. They are used to backup data from external resources, especially it's for feature workers, so we can use them to backup data from Microsoft 365, from JIT services, as well as from VMware virtual environments. But if I will assign feature worker license to my computer, I won't be able to make backup of data that are localed directly on my laptop. Like, for example, I won't be able to make backup of some particular files and folders. There is also local worker license. It's pretty similar to feature worker, but it can be used only by the computer, by the agent, which is running directly on the same computer as our management service. So we can use this local worker to protect resources from the management service, like for example, its database. There is Endpoint agent, which is dedicated for endpoint devices and their protection, as well as server is responsible for server backups. Both of those licenses provides file and image level backups for devices where agent is installed on. So I'm working on a laptop that was Windows 10, so I can stay with Endpoint agent license. Let me assign the license. Here we can close this window, and now we have to refresh the view. My laptop is added again, and I've got information that my device is not yet protected. Here is the list of devices that are already attached to Xopero One. They are configured to make some backups, or they are ready to configure in order to make some backups in future. If you will assign some feature worker license to the agent, it will appear in the workers. So here is the list of all devices where the agent is installed and has some kind of worker license assigned. So the first one, for example, has local worker, and this one, virtual appliance, has a feature worker license assigned because it's used to backup VMware environment.